Greetings, beautiful friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and are all ready to step into this very powerful week ahead. This is our usual Monday check-in and our Mastering Your Mindset session. So before we get into pulling cards, I just like to feel into the energies that we're being influenced by from the moon. Cycles of the moon really help us to find our flow and our vibe and the right ways, when to take action on things and when to really just get in touch with what's going on internally. Because that's the whole idea of liberating your inner truth, is really finding your flow, your rhythm. Now, there's a couple of pieces also, as well as the moon. So what the lunar effect that we're going to be feeling, and it's coming in on the 12th, is the full moon in the sign of Libra, known as the pink moon. I just like that, pink moon. But today, April 7th, Mercury has gone direct. And so what's really cool about the full moon casts the full light on that which maybe we, when we have other phases of the moon, we might be in the dark, if you like, or not entirely sure about all of the aspects of it. So when we have Libra, I always loved when Libra is the sort of guiding force, because Libra is all about balance. Think about the scales of Libra. It's about balance. And so the interactions that we have with others and also with ourselves. Of course, all relationships start with the relationship we have with our own self. Now, with Mercury going direct, now we can start to really find the right words, that communications are very succinct and very on point and very authentic, and not necessarily, finding that people aren't getting what you're trying to say, or you not getting what they're saying to you. So that's very highly aspected as our social interactions with the group around us, with the collective at large as well. And so with the illumination being fully on that, this may be a time where you start realizing, oh, I've been working on evolving this connection, this tribe, this group, and it's not serving anymore. There may be a wee bit of a letting go of, it served its purpose, this relationship or this mindset that I've kind of invested my time in, it's now done. Now, like I said, with Mercury going direct, that means that our communication will be very heart-led, very open, very true, very much in alignment with your own heart's calling. This is a really beautiful time to get in touch with your head, heart, and higher self, and allow that to inform what's the best choices, what's the best way forward, where's the sense of meaning for you. Each one of us is uniquely wired, and that's why it's really important to just take a wee moment and feel into. If you've watched these sessions before, you may know that one of my favorite questions to encourage you to use to help navigate and make those choices is, how do I feel about myself here? So how do I feel about myself when I'm having this social interaction, or when I'm being called upon to go and have this kind of conversation? How do I feel about myself when I'm having these thoughts or using these words to communicate to and about myself? And that can actually really help ignite that connection between your head and your heart. And of course, open up to the guidance that your higher self's always whispering. It's always there. We need to just create a wee bit of space and a practice of checking in with that. If anything that I say on these sessions confuses you or discombobulates you, or you need a wee bit more support or guidance, or you get triggered, let me know. This is intended to help you really get in touch with the answers that you're looking for, with the direction, with the auspiciousness of who you are. So let's now get into pulling some cards. I said about the letting go. That's where we start, is with my letting go guidance system. So just take a nice deep breath with me. With this lunar impact, and then of course the impact of Mercury now being direct, let's see, what can we focus on? Where can we start with this idea of letting go? Oh, interesting. This is a good one. It's loneliness. So we're talking about the finding balance with our social interactions. Sometimes maybe we are in spaces or phases of loneliness. Maybe that's coming to an end. Of course, the other part around this too is you are never alone. Even if you are physically on your own, you are never alone. You are always, always, always connected with your heart energy. You're connected to the all that is. And so sometimes if loneliness does come up, what can you do to remind yourself that you are a spiritual being having this physical experience maybe of being on your own, but then what can you do to lean into the loving support of the universe, the loving support that you've got coming from me? Just put your hand on your heart and breathe into that. You know, that's something I often do with the live sessions that I do on Insight Timer, is I get them to feel into that connected energy, and then remember, it's always there. It's always there. Wherever you are, you can actually breathe into the loving support of the collective, of the universe, and it can actually be a wonderful way to soothe your nervous system. So maybe that's part of the social interactions this week and beyond, of course. So now I'm pulling one tarot card. Excellent. The tarot card that's come up for us with this energy is the King of Wands. I really like it when we get the kind of flow with that. So the kings are about action. That's the masculine side. We all have masculine and feminine. So with the Libra energy, we are called to make things come into balance. But you know, the King of Wands, when he decides to move forward or take action on something, he doesn't do it until he gets that ignition or that connection to his meaning, his sense of purpose, his calling. So if you're going to let go of any ideas of loneliness, if you're going to allow yourself to really feel into how you're feeling, are you on track? Are you manifesting what it is you intend to? Are things showing up? Are you actually recognizing the power that you have within you? That King of Wands is really encouraging us to feel into that and to acknowledge it and appreciate it. Maybe tap yourself on the shoulder for that which you have maybe started or maybe are about to, coming into that sense of equilibrium, and of course communicating from your heart. Okay, moving into the next part, I'm just shuffling. I know these are a wee bit loud. I'm using the Intuitive Whispers Oracle. I really like using these with our sessions because they seem to deepen that advice that we're kind of getting from the moon phases and then the letting go idea. So just take a nice deep breath and let's see what comes up. Interesting. I think these have been coming up of late. Anyways, this is repeating. The magic of nothingness. The magic of nothingness. If you think about us coming into, later this week, coming into the influence of that pink moon, the Libra full moon, the magic of nothingness can actually allow us to really get into that space of, there are certain things that we're called upon to take care of, to do, to look after, to animate, but then there's things that are not ours. And so the magic of nothingness is that if you get the intuitive hit, yes, this is the direction to go, or this is what to take care of, or action, but if it's not coming, that's okay. Can you just be at peace with that, knowing that everything is happening at the right space, at the right pace, at the right rhythm? Because sometimes we can get a bit too impatient or force things. If it's not the right timing, it's not the right timing. It's the time to shine. It's your time to shine. So where's your balance of the being and the doing? Where's your balance and flow with your partnerships, with your connections with others? And allow yourself to flow with whatever comes up. So you know how I said, use that question, how do I feel about myself here? So if you feel discombobulated or weighted down or weary or lonely, remember that's the part there too. Move your body to move your emotion. Emotions are an intelligence for us, and they need to be honored and felt. And once we honor an emotion that comes up, it gives us the guidance. But sometimes we have to move our body. Sometimes we can tend to bury emotions, particularly the more uncomfortable emotions. We tend to not want to sit with them. But like I said, all emotions want us to just feel them, honor them, and then they leave, they flow. So there's a really strong piece around that too, is to allow the emotions to come up. Of course, if it starts to get too much or too heavy, then you must reach out. And that's not a sign of weakness if you need to reach out to get support or guidance. That's actually a sign of you taking ownership of what is your experience. And if you need help, like I said, if you need help or this is bringing something up for you, put it in the comments below or message me directly. Find your flow, find your best rhythm, and know that all is well. It's actually that's a mantra that I love using. All is well. All is well in my world. Okay, take a nice deep breath. I'm about to send you off into this beautiful week ahead, but I'm going to finish off by pulling one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth Oracle cards. I like to end our sessions with one of these cards. So let's see what comes up to steal this energy, and it's perfect. The cards come up are always perfect, but sometimes more so than others. So actually it's interesting. This is card number 7. Today is April 7th. No accidents there. But the card is I am powerful. This is a beautiful reminder. I am powerful. You are powerful. We are all powerful creator beings, beyond measure, in fact. But let me read this out to you. I let my light shine, knowing that this gives others permission to do the same. This has the effect of liberating myself from all fear and inspires the same in others. That's beautiful. May that serve you well. I wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I'll be back again with you next week. Much love to you, my dear.